your guys' best all-around game as a team right there?
You could say that. There's a lot of really good football tonight. Some mistakes. You always want to limit the mistakes, but I think, as far as a complete game, that was probably the least mistakes that we've had all season.
The Civil War. I mean, you've got to meet the Ducks, and they lost tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It was vulnerable. What were you guys thinking when you got the news?
It was kind of, I really haven't thought about it. I just saw it. It just was like, all right. It's still a Civil War. It's still going to be, a big game. Whether they won or lost, it was still going to be, probably our biggest game of the season. And so, we're definitely excited about it, and it's going to be a crazy week, and we're going to prepare, our best.
Did you know on the sideline, or did you not know till afterwards?
I didn't see the score up on the thing, and I just heard the crowd cheering, and then I asked one of the players what happened, and he said it was actually 17-14 in overtime. So I didn't know the game was done yet, and I probably didn't know until later on in the game that they actually had lost. And so I try not to pay too much attention to that type of stuff during the game, but that's Stanford's a good team, so we're going to see the tape and see where they're vulnerable at.
Jordan, even after you guys lost to Stanford, the mindset was still, hey, if you take care of business, you can still get to a BCS bowl. Cal is a team that you guys are supposed to be, so was the mindset building momentum going into the Civil War?
You could say that, but we always look at it as take one game at a time. Like, Cal's in the way, and so, they're trying to take away from us. This was their last game of the season. They had nothing to lose at all. And so they were going to, we figured they were going to come out with gimmicks, tricks, and do everything they can to win. And so early on, I told the guys take their will early, because if we took it early, then there was no coming back. Because their last game of the season, it's raining. You could tell that they just didn't want to play. Once we stepped on their throats, and so it was definitely a good win for us, and it definitely gives us some good momentum coming into Oregon.
Lindsay touched on it with Wheat as far as the offense being able to turn the turnovers that you guys force on defense into points. I mean, for you guys on the sidelines, what are you guys saying to each other? Like, all right.
That's big. That's always big. Whenever your offense can score off of turnovers, it's always big. You always want turnovers on defense, but it makes you more hungry for turnovers, so that it gives your offense back the ball.
Jordan, as a defense, how much of a factor is it playing with the lead? You guys be a little more aggressive, a little more after the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly it. When you're playing with the lead, you're playing. Your confidence is high. You're playing a lot more aggressive. And as far as it's not too much of a difference, but playing from behind, you're always kind of second guessing yourself sometimes, and so when you're definitely playing ahead, it's always good.
Nice to finally have a game like this where it's not coming down to the very end.
Oh yeah, I was happy to see our 2s and 3s get in there and making some plays, and so that's always good, because those guys, they work just as hard as we do throughout the week in preparation.
So Jordan, talk about how you have all season been able to bounce it back after adversity, but also keep one game at a time and not look ahead. How who's kept you? Is that Coach Riley? Is that you guys?
Yes, it's Coach Riley. It's us. We understand. The game after is not going to mean as much if you don't win the game in front of you, and so that's kind of how we've been looking at it. Every week it's a one-game season, and we're going to prepare and not look ahead at Oregon, not look ahead at Nicholls State right now. Just saying. We're looking at a one-game season, and that's how we've looked at it all year.
Jordan, you said earlier that, regardless of what happens tonight, the Civil War is a big game, but you guys Oregon State hasn't won since 2007.
Mm-hmm.
The Ducks lose tonight at Austin, and you guys just beat down Cal. Does this give you more confidence? Did you have confidence already this season that you guys could give them a game?
You obviously, I feel like throughout the year, you always think about that game. You're always just like, we can play with these guys. You see them play on TV, and it's not, they're another football team. They lace on their shoes just like we do, and it's not like they're an impossible team to, stop or anything like that. You just have to be assignment sound, and, we definitely think that we have a chance to beat them, and especially, with Stanford beating them last week, tonight, I'm sorry, and, we're going to be able to look at that tape and see exactly what they did and find out ways to stop them.
How does it feel to be the team going into 8-2 rather than the team going from 3-8 to 3-9 like you guys were last year?
No, it feels a lot better. It feels a lot better.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah.
Come on up, Teron.
Teron, take us through that crazy run that you had. 47 yards.
uh,